how did you, with a business degree and a business to run, become an artist?
All right. Well, again, going back to my youth, my grandmother and my brother Mark and I used to paint. We had a little cottage up on a lake in New Hampshire,
Oh,
and we used to swim and fish and do all that kind of stuff up there. But when it was raining, we were looking for something to do. There was like a little breezeway porch, and she loved painting. She loved going to Rockport and Gloucester, Mass, and she loved all of she just loved she loved painting. And so
mm,
she would set us up and we would paint with her. So that was probably the impetus for the beginning. But I never thought there was a career path for it. It was never like, in fact, she even said, like, oh, if you want to get into that, you should probably be an architect. But that was never something that I thought that I necessarily wanted to do.
mhm.
So fast forward to when we opened the business, we were an emporium of sorts. We were selling baskets and pottery from New Hampshire, where I grew up. We were selling film back in the day. Everyone remembers the 35 millimeter film. We had watches, pocket knives. I actually went to jewelry school in Selma, Alabama, to learn how to do some basic jewelry type things. We also had Nantucket light ship baskets out of New England that have scrimshaw on them. And I would look at the scrimshaw and I thought, gosh, that's really cool. And so I had one of the artists we were working with sent me a little piece of ivory back then, and then he sent me a bunch of tagua nut, which was the replacement for ivory. And so I would just carve into those, and I did a couple ships and some different things. And at the same time, I was starting to maybe paint a little bit because it was I just thought, well, it's a hobby, it's something to do after work, take my mind off work. And so I slowly started easing my way into it. Then it got to a point where, I was maybe doing something every 3 months. Then it was like once a month, once a week. Then the desire to do something was there all the time. And so took a workshop from an artist, and that's really what jumped me off.